Hi guys, this is Bob from Greybeard Models, and welcome back to the channel. You may have noticed that I've been away for a few days and not put up any videos, and the reason for that is the weather here in the UK has been pretty good, so I've been out and about. It's been nice to get out, just go out into the countryside and look at all sorts of stuff other than sitting indoors doing models and stuff. The other thing is, it's at a friend's birthday as well, so that led to a party where we had probably a little bit too much alcohol, but hey ho, you know, it was it's not every day somebody reaches a ripe old age of 48. It's not me, by the way, but yeah, it was a party for a friend of mine, so we had a little bit of a shindig there, and there's been a couple of bands on in my local pub that I've wanted to see. So the model making has taken a back seat for the moment. Having said that, I've got some progress, and gonna add those bits of footage on to the end of this. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a coffee, beer, whatever it is, your favourite consumable, bag of sweets, whatever, and we'll go through the next stage of where we're at with the garage building first of all, I think, and then I've got a couple of other things to go through, but we'll do the garage thing first. So as I say, sit back and relax, have a look at this. So as you recall, we did we made some corrugated steel, or replicated corrugated steel, so to get the roof looking more like wood. I mean, yeah. So what I've done is got a piece of very thin plywood. This is, I'm trying to remember what size it was now. It's a 1.5 mil, so 1.5 millimeters thick, or it's 1/8 in imperial. It's used by dolls house makers, or dolls house model makers. So I've got a piece of plywood which is the same size as the roof panel. I've not done the front bit here. The reason for that is I'm going to overlap the corrugated, but what I've done is I don't know if that comes out pretty much, a little bit there, but I've actually scored the plywood there, and to do that I've used a scribing tool. This is one that you use for, I don't know, scribing panel lines and stuff, but I've used that to scribe the surface of the plywood there to replicate the planking which is there, and on the underside I've done the same, so that I'm replicating what it's got there on the underside there, but I've not scored it so heavily as that. Mainly because I don't think that looks particularly good, so I've kept it to what I think would be pretty much a scale. And then the next thing to do is to replicate the beams here, and to do that I've got some of these wooden coffee stirrers. You know, you get these in various coffee outlets around the world, but you can also buy them. You can get them on various online auction sites. I think Amazon do them as well. So what I'll do is I'll laminate some of the pieces of coffee stirrer, and I'll use this trusty old Gorilla Wood glue. Really good stuff, that, and I know that's around globally. And what I'll do is I'll laminate some of these coffee stirrers, sand them into shape, and then I can make a wooden replica of these beams. It takes about 3 coffee stirrers, and then I can fix those in place on there, and I'll do that and come back to you. So I clamp these up overnight and let the glue set. So I'll take them off. That's out of the way. So now we have a wooden roof structure. Now, as you can see, there's some glue that's come out while it's been clamped overnight, which is a shame. So what I can do is just go along there with a scalpel and you can gently ease that away, and anything that's a little bit more robust we can get in with the sander and just take that away, but we'll leave that in there anyway. So it's we're now into the stage where we can now feather off this edge. Now there's a number of ways of doing this. What we need to do is on this one we replicated the sort of splintering of the wood there, so what we need to do is just do the same on the edge of that. So what I do with that, I've got a couple of Huron cutters. These are quite robust, these are good cutters, and so what we can do is just take a little nip in, and then a bit of a bearing in mind that this is going to be damage that's caused by, I don't know, is it shelling or something of that nature, so it's going to be quite you see we're starting to get more of a splintered effect. Right, so I'm sure there's many of you out there shouting, oh, you should have wiped the glue off while it was wet early, you know, before I set it. And you're absolutely right, I should have done, and I missed it. But there you go, you know, these things are sent to try. So I've put another stick along there just to give it some extra sort of support. So now the whole roof assembly can go on there like that, and I've got a bit of fractured timber there, battered old edge to it. This is all going to be supported by this piece of masonry that will be fitted there. and then there's a pillar that goes sort of there, and just got to line everything up to get that into place to there, like so. And then we'll have a piece of sheltered roof, or piece of roof sheltering underneath, and the underneath section there will have, like I said, maybe like a workshop section. So the next stage is to get the corrugated on and get some paint effects on the wood. I'll get back to you in a second. So the next thing that I've done is actually fix this part of the structure in place. So that's in there like that. The roof section, I've actually used some wood stain to just start building on the colour scheme there and on the underside there. So that'll then sit in place in there like so, and then we'll get everything all lined up with the corrugated. So the next stage is to get the pieces of corrugated. I've got those already worked out, to give them a coat of primer, get those stuck in place, and then I'll come back to you with how that will look in situ, and then we'll move on to the next bit. So I'll be back in a second. So the corrugated pieces are now sprayed with a primer. I've given them a coat of Rust-Oleum. I think I might need to give a couple of them maybe a second coat where it's gone on a little bit light. Don't know, might get away with just painting over the top with acrylic primer, now that it's got a sort of keyed metal surface. And not only that, some of that might come through with a bit of judicious weathering. But anyway, there's the corrugated sheets. What I did was actually double-sided tape on these pieces of cardboard, and then sprayed them outside with the Rust-Oleum. Anyway, that's where we are with the corrugated. We've seen where we are with the roof. So in the next episode we should have all the roof on, that sort of thing. So thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.